Boys, there's a new psychopathic assassin who just entered the scene, and he's on a mission to off Sakamoto. Now while all of this is happening, Lu and Shin are on a mission to do whatever it takes in order to protect Sakamoto, and we end up getting one of the best fight scenes that we've seen from Shin in the entire show so far. Now with that said, in this video, I'm going to cover a little recap of what happens in episode 2, run through what happens in episode 3 of Sakamoto Days, and also go over Shin's fight versus the psycho assassin Tatsu. Now before we get into it, if you like this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with new Sakamoto Days videos. With that being said, let's get into it. Now to catch up on what happened before getting into all of the action, let's recap on episode 2. In episode 2, we were introduced to a new character that joined Team Sakamoto, and her name is Lu. Lu comes from a mafia background, and her parents and clan were all murked by a rival mafia group. So we see that Lu has been running like crazy trying to escape from these people hunting her.
I'm fast. I'm fast as fuck.
And she ended up running into Sakamoto. Now after running into each other, Sakamoto was willing to help her get the ops off her back, but he got into more trouble than he expected. Lu had some wild mercenaries that were hired to hunt her down, and they weren't playing any games. Due to this, Sakamoto ended up getting right into the mix, and he ended up being attacked before he was even able to finish his conversation with Lu. Now in this fight, it's the first time we ever seen Sakamoto bleed, but ultimately in the end, he was able to handle business with these two hitmen. After this scenario, Lu agrees to working with Sakamoto. Now in episode 3, it starts with Shin being a bit heated at Lu because she does not know how to work on the job. Lu shows up late to work and she doesn't know how to run their little shop. She's messing up all of the item placements while restocking, and she's just messing up everything right now because this girl has no work experience. But we should have seen this coming. Lu's never had a job before. Well, she's had a job, but it was digging up bodies or dead bodies for the mafia, because all that, ex-mafia vibes and stuff. But now Shin and Lu are arguing, but then Sakamoto jumps in and he tells them to chill out and start being nice to each other. He tells Shin to stop nagging at Lu, and he tells Lu to apologize if she's ever late to work again. Now I guess all that makes sense, but at this point Shin and Lu are completely shocked right now.
Huh?
They're mad confused because Sakamoto barely ever talks, and today he's suddenly in a good mood and pretty talkative, so they're mad confused. Then to make things a bit crazier, we end up seeing another Sakamoto walk into the shop.
How, Sway? Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man.
Like, what's happening here? Are there two Sakamotos? Does Sakamoto have some clone technology? Is it a doppelganger or what? But then after this new Sakamoto walks in, he suddenly stabs at the Sakamoto sitting at his desk, stabbing right through the newspaper. And then the Sakamoto sitting immediately pulls out that blicky and points it right back at the other one. They stare each other down for a hot minute. And then one of the Sakamoto says, "Long time no see, Nagumo." And the other responds, "I see you still got it, Sakamoto." While all this is happening, Shin is still mad confused. For some reason, he can't read either of their minds. But then the guy begins to introduce himself to Shin and Lu. He says his name is Nagumo, he works at the supermarket across the street, and he's only 18. But they're like, hold up, bruh. What are you talking about? There's no supermarket across the street.
Why you always lying?
And then Sakamoto jumps in. He's like, nah, don't listen to him. This man's is not 18. He's 27 and he's a hitman. We both started working at the same time. Shin and Lu are like, bruh. And they give Nagumo the beats real quick and then tie him up to a chair. After this, Nagumo mentions to Sakamoto that there's a bounty on his head for 1 billion yen. But the bounty isn't live just yet. It's gonna go live tomorrow. Now as he's saying this, suddenly a pizza delivery arrives. But Shin reads the pizza man's mind, and he knows he's a hitman plotting to catch Sakamoto lacking. But before Shin's able to act, the hitman holds Nagumo hostage. Sakamoto and Lu are just chilling. They're eating their pizza slices, no worry in the world. But then somehow, Nagumo ends up being behind the hitman, out of the ropes and everything, and strangles the hitman. Maybe that's some OG assassin stuff, but we did not see how that happened. This guy has a lot of mysterious stuff happening. But anyways, after strangling this hitman, Nagumo goes back to talking to Sakamoto. He tells him that by eliminating the mob, he now has a ton of attention on him. Also, real quick, peep here that Nagumo has this tattoo on his neck. What I'm guessing here is he's part of some top tier hitman group or some villain group, and he'll eventually have to fight Sakamoto, probably along with some other legendary people that are in that group. That's just a guess, but that's what I'm thinking. Honestly, his group might even be the group that put the hit on Sakamoto's head. But anyways, after this, we see that some team is watching all of Sakamoto's actions right now. they had a camera within the pizza box, and now they're plotting on Sakamoto. And now one of these guys in the group is looking straight like Hisoka. The group then mentions Sakamoto used to be in a special organization called the Order. Honestly, I'm just making some guesses here, but maybe that tattoo that the other guy has is about being in the Order, or maybe it's something else. I guess we'll see. But while they're all talking, Sakamoto then interrupts and points his blicky straight at the pizza box. And he says, if you guys keep stalking me, I'll show you hell. This is off some straight Taken vibes. Some I'll find you, I will kill you. Y'all know what I'm talking about type beat. Anyways, after this, the team goes out to an amusement park with Sakamoto's family. His daughter is trying to meet the bunny mascot, and Sakamoto's daughter is really excited for this. Awesome little kid type stuff. So Sakamoto really has to be on family mode right now. And since Sakamoto's on family time, Lu and Shin's mission is to protect Sakamoto and his family during this trip. Now Shin's able to read the mind of everyone within a 30-meter radius, so he's like, I got everything on lock. When people are wanting to kill, they usually get pretty worked up, so he's able to spot them out with the quickness. But then Lu's like, wait, that means you've been able to read my mind this whole time, and she starts to call him a pervert. But I don't know, what does that mean? Lu's been thinking for real.
Gotcha.
I don't know, I'm just saying. But hey, after this, a janitor is pulling up around them, and Shin spots this guy as a hitman. Shin off the Bluetooth lets Sakamoto know what's up, and Sakamoto offs this guy real quick with just a pen. He avoids all vital spots just to keep true with his rule to not kill. So technically, he never killed the guy, and then Shin and Lu pull up, throw this man into the janitor bin, and push him right off the scene. Now after this, we're at the main event, and from afar, we see this Hisoka looking dude, and he's spying on everything that's happening. Also, this man's calling everything a vibe. Every single second, every statement he says, he's saying it's a vibe this, it's a good vibe that, it's an off vibe this, everything a vibe. Actually, considering that, I'm pretty sure this character is Hisoka. Anyways, he assesses that Shin is a big problem here because he's able to read minds, so he has to figure out a way around this. But after thinking on it, he realizes that if he just doesn't think of much, he won't give off any bad vibes, you feel me? And then he should be in the clear. So to test this out, he walks past Shin and Lu, and while he's thinking of nothing, Shin does not clock him at all. So the man's just like, bet, if Shin can't clock me, let's go ahead and get this hit going. As Sakamoto and Shin are going through the park, and they're getting on some rides, Shin says, so far so good, everything looks in the clear. It doesn't look like anyone has murder on their mind.
I got murder on my mind.
But as they're on this ride, Lu looks forward and says that the person in front of them looks pretty suspicious. As Shin and Lu are discussing this, Shin's like, nah, the guy's not thinking of anything, we're clear. But Lu's like, I don't know, he's looking pretty off to me. Then the Hisoka looking guy is like, I think they noticed me. Am I giving off a bad vibe? But as he thinks this, Shin is like, oh shit, this man is really trying to kill Sakamoto right now. Now Lu and Shin are pissed because they can't get off the ride. So Shin is starting to improvise, and on the Bluetooth he tells Sakamoto to let him know that there's an assassin trying to get him. The assassin ends up pulling out a gun and is getting ready to shoot at Sakamoto. But Sakamoto quickly turns around, and he doesn't end up dodging the bullet, but the bullet ends up deflecting right off of his glasses. Bruh, Sakamoto really ready for everything. This man somehow has bulletproof glasses. I never heard of that one, but hey, I might need to get me a pair too, you feel me? I don't know why, the ops or something, I don't know. But anyways, after this, Shin shoots off the latch from his seat, and he ends up jumping off of the roller coaster. But as he jumps off the roller coaster, it ends up hitting a loop. So Shin is hitting a big flex moment right now, and times it just right to end up landing over the assassin's seat right as the roller coaster completes the loop. Shin ends up disarming the assassin's gun, and then shoots off the latch from the dude's seat. He then points the blicky right to the guy's head, and pulls him out the seat and throws him along with the assassin off of the roller coaster. They end up landing on another set of roller coaster tracks, and the assassin dude was like, bro, are you crazy? You could have killed me, bro. But after this, the roller coaster is now coming back to them, and they both manage to jump right over it. But the assassin throws two kunais right over at Shin. Shin is now mid-air, and he's struggling to dodge both of them. He manages to dodge one, but is grazed on the leg by the other one. Immediately after this, he lands, but ends up collapsing. His vision is getting blurry, and he ends up realizing that he's been poisoned. And this is an incredibly powerful poison, and it restricts his movement and starts to make him blind. As he's struggling to move and see, the other roller coaster is heading back towards him. The assassin and Shin are both able to jump over the roller coaster, but Shin jumps a bit low. The assassin is pretty confused at why he jumped so low, but Shin intentionally did this and lands on the roller coaster. He's now on the ride and zooming in towards the assassin and grabs him. As they're zooming forward, since Shin is able to hear people's thoughts, he's assessing his surroundings And beyond the roller coaster, you can see that there's a big crowd attending one of the Sugar Bunny mascots' shows or performances. So he chooses to throw himself with the assassin off towards the performance stage, and they land right on the stage and crash into the ongoing show. As the dust goes up into a cloud, Shin jumps into the Sugar Bunny mascot outfit and starts to get to work. After this, he starts hitting some crazy punch combos on the assassin. The assassin's mad confused because he should be blind at this point, so he doesn't know how he suddenly started getting so much better. They're just going at it. And then we zoom out and we see that Sakamoto is in the audience, and he's just thinking of all the combos that Shin needs to hit. He's saying punch, punch, kick, back up, dodge. So really it's just Sakamoto piloting all of Shin's actions, but the assassin ends up being able to cut the bunny suit, and he sees Shin is really blind. He's really just punching without even looking. This guy's like, bro, I'm toast. And Sakamoto tells him, go ahead and finish the job. So he goes ahead and knocks out the assassin. Easily the best fight scene that we've seen from Shin so far. But hey, that's it that we have for this one. If you liked the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all the new upcoming Sakamoto Days videos. And with that being said, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.